do, everybody, is turn it over to Miss Onjack, and she is going to get into our lesson. Go right ahead.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Mr. Mia. And boys and girls, I'm back. We're here for round 2 of Space Week. I hope everybody's excited. What did we talk about yesterday? Does anyone remember what we talked about on Monday? What was our space topic? You can put it in the chat. Oh, I see Jovi got it. It was planets. Let's see. In the chat, do we think we can name some planets? Bonus points if you can name the smallest and the largest planet. We did touch on that yesterday too. I'm seeing a lot of names coming in. I see, oh, an Earth emoji. That's cool. Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Pluto. You got it. Uranus was one. Earth, yeah. I know you guys talked a little bit about the moon too with our guest presenter. Pluto, I know Pluto isn't technically considered a planet anymore, but we did talk a little bit about Pluto yesterday too. Neptune. Now, can friends write in the chat, what is the smallest planet? Do you guys remember our smallest planet in the solar system? It was Mercury. Nice job, Abira and Conley. Excellent job, Asma. All right. What about the largest planet? Can you guys type the name of the largest planet in the chat? Nice job. It was Jupiter. Wow, you guys are really fast at typing. Excellent job. So, friends, yesterday we started, and let me flip my camera here for a second so you guys can see. For my friends who are here, remember we did our shaving cream paint space planets. We got to name our planet. Somebody suggested Candyland for mine because of the colors I chose. And I'll tell you what, I really like that name. So I think I am going to stick with Candyland. Today we're going to finish this project. So hopefully everyone's shaving cream has dried. If you look, I can wipe my hand on mine and I don't get any color or anything on it. So the shaving cream does dry, which is really nice, especially if you leave it overnight. But I found that mine actually dried in like not even an hour. It was pretty quick. Miriam, I see you're holding up yours as well. Awesome. I love the blue and purple colors. So if you guys have yours handy, and if you're a friend who wasn't here yesterday, that's okay. We're going to finish this project. You guys can also check out the YouTube channel later in the week to see how we did this if you want to do it as well. Ooh, Miriam, you did an orange one too. That's awesome. Alrighty. So some friends did more than one planet. And I only did one. So I'm going to choose, you can pick any color paper you want for your background. I know in the example on the picture I showed us before we got started, it was a black background to kind of represent outer space. But I'm going to switch it up with mine. I'm actually going to do a purple background because I want it to match my planet. So you guys can pick whatever paper you want. You might have to put like 2 pieces of paper together if your planets are really big. But what we're going to do is we are going to take a handy dandy glue stick. We are just going to plop it right onto our page. And then here's where we get to decorate our space theme. So you guys can add, if you have like glitter at home you want to put on, you can do that. I actually do have some glitter here. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of, let's see. I think I'm going to do a little bit of these two, like a little bit of gold and silver glitter to kind of make it look like my stars. So all I'm going to do, and I just have a glitter pen, is you can just do dots and then rub it around. Like this, just to add a little bit of texture to our picture. I know yesterday when you guys were doing your moons too with Mrs. Alcott, our presenter, she also had you guys do like a cool space setting. And some friends I noticed even had like star stickers. So if you guys want to put like star stickers on yours, you can. So I'm going to start with the silver. And let's go into gold. Ooh, the gold looks really cool with the colors I used on my planet too. I like that. And then if you friends have a paintbrush, if you had glitter glue like I did, I sometimes like to use a handy dandy paintbrush to spread that glitter around, make it a little more flat on the page. So you can't really see the color of the glitter glue as well, but it makes the entire page sparkly, which is really nice. And I'm just gonna do that. And I'm pretending that the glitter is actually representing my stars. Do you guys remember our fun fact about stars yesterday when we were introducing space? There's a fun fact about, oh, that's a good question, Abir. What are the sparkles supposed to be? So those are going to be my stars in my galaxy. So I'm actually going to pause with just this. Now, my page is all wet again, so I'm going to have to put it somewhere else to dry. But look at the shimmer. You can see the sparkles on the camera there. The sun is hot. Yes, Abira, you have a good memory, friend. Remember, our one fact yesterday about stars is that there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth combined. That's at least 1 billion trillion, which is crazy. So if each of these little glitter pieces represented a star, I wouldn't even be close to having all the stars in the galaxy, but I at least have a lot. Alrighty, you guys. So if you want to pause on your planets, we're going to put those off to the side here. We are going to, let me go ahead and screen share. And while I'm pulling up my screen share, if you guys are all finished with your background and want to hold them up for friends to see, you can. Let me flip my camera back so you guys can see me. There we go. But if you're a friend who's working on yours, that's okay. You can work on yours. I know with as we're chatting today, also we can work on it a little bit when we take our break part way through. So if you guys want to share with us at the end, you can. Miriam, that looks fantastic. I knew somebody had glitter stars. It was you who had the glitter stars. That looks so cool. Maya, did you have a question? I see you have your hand raised.
Ask questions in chat, please.
Yes, you can put it right in the chat, Maya, and I can read it then. And while Maya's getting her question in the chat here, friends, we are actually going to do, it's called like planet trivia. So you friends they're going to give us a question here in our video. You guys are going to be able to type in the chat what you think the answer is. And I don't know, we might have talked about some of these answers yesterday. And we'll see how many we can get right. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share. All right, there we go. So I am going to press play. Now, boys and girls, we are going to move on here. Renji and Conley, I see you guys have your hand raised. If you have a question, make sure you drop it in the chat so I can see it, okay? Thank you for raising your hand too to let me know that you guys want to ask something. Today, we're going to switch gears a little bit. So people who typically go to space are called astronauts, right? If they go to space for their job. And astronauts, I don't know. Yesterday we were talking about would we want to spend a day in space, even if it was just for a day. We asked, "Are you guys interested in that?" And I don't think a single person said yes, which if I'm being honest, I don't know if I'd want to go to space either because I personally am afraid of heights. So space is pretty high up in the sky in the universe. So I don't know if I'd be able to do that. But has anyone changed their mind? Would anybody ever be interested in becoming an astronaut or going to space one day? Maybe give a thumbs up if you're thinking yes. Give a thumbs down if you're like, no way, Miss Onjack. I'm staying on planet Earth. Okay, so Conley's thinking yes. That's awesome. Matthew, Jovi, and Miriam are like, I'm staying on Earth. Abira, you said yes until, oh, you don't want anybody to miss your birthday. Yeah, that would be kind of lonely if you were up in space for a whole year, especially if you're by yourself and you celebrate your birthday, then you wouldn't really have anybody to celebrate with. That's true. I do think though that the lack of gravity would be really cool to experience, like floating around in a spaceship. That would be kind of cool. Renji, I see you said you wanted to say something on the mic. I think for today, friend, we're just using the chat. Mr. Mia, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're just using the chat, friend.
Just using the chat right now.
Okay. Amina, you said you like space, but not enough to go there. Yeah, I totally get that. Alrighty, friends. So we are actually going to get to listen to a story. This is story time in space. And this is a real astronaut reading a story to us from outer space. So as she's reading the story, I want to see if you notice some things about her body while she's reading. Look at how she's placed. Look at how she's holding the book. She's up in space right now. So, well, not right this minute, but she is when she's reading this book. So you'll notice some crazy things going on. But as she reads, I just need friends to give me again that thumbs up if you guys can hear the audio okay. You guys, so in the video, what was something that surprised you the most that astronauts have to do? If you want to put it in the chat, there were actually a few things in here. And I know we paused and talked about some of them. But what surprised you guys the most? I saw somebody said the food that they were eating in the picture looked like Taco Bell. It kind of did look like a taco. Oh, Abira said she would want to do a cartwheel. That was really cool seeing her spin around, right? I think that's the only reason I would want to go to space. One is to experience no gravity, being able to like flint and spin around. But I also liked how they said that they do something called a spacewalk. So they put on their big suits and they can actually go out and look at a view of the earth. I think that would be so cool and breathtaking to do in person. Yeah, a lot of friends are saying they want to experience the zero gravity, like going upside down, doing cartwheels. Oh, Abira, I didn't even see that. Did you spot a string? Do you think it was holding the book down a little bit so it didn't totally float away? Cool. I didn't even notice that. Very cool. Yeah, I thought it was really surprising too how we talked about like the dinner table. Oh, so Jovi's saying, well, you would not want to do a spacewalk because you have a fear of like getting lost in space. Yeah, I was gonna say definitely pros and cons to thinking about going into space. It's a lot of work. And even our astronaut said it in the video. She said it's a lot of work. Definitely takes teamwork. A lot of science goes into it just to even launch the astronauts up into space. So what we're going to do, friends, we're going to do a little movement activity here. I know you guys were sitting down so far for the whole session, so I'm going to screen share, but we're going to play a game of Would You Rather. So I would like my friends to stand up. We're going to play a little movement game here. I'm going to say, would you rather? And I'm going to show you the exercise we're going to be doing. And let me There we go. I'm going to show you the exercise we're going to be doing. And I want you friends to do the exercise for which one you'd rather do. So for example, this one says, would you rather live on the moon or live in a spaceship? So if you'd rather live in the moon, and if you're like, Miss Onjack, I said I don't want to go to space. I don't want to do either. Well, if you had to pick one, which one would it be? If you would rather live on the moon, what you're going to do is you're going to put your arms straight up in the air while you jump out. So it's almost like a jumping jack, but instead of putting our arms out like this, they're just going straight up. So that's if you'd rather live on the moon. If you'd rather live in a spaceship, we're going to do like cross punches like this. So let's see. I want to see what my friends are thinking. Would you rather live on the moon or would you rather live in a spaceship? What are we thinking? And I'm going to look at our cameras to see which one. Oh, Maya would rather live in a spaceship. Awesome. What are my other friends? Oh, Matthew would rather live in a spaceship too. I feel like I would just feel safer in a spaceship. So I'm going to agree. I'm going to do the punches. I would rather live in a spaceship too. Amina said the same. Awesome. Okay, friends, let's try another one. Okay. Would you rather visit a planet made of diamonds? So that one's going to be a squat when you just bend your knees and go down a little bit. Or visit a planet made of candy. For that one, you're going to kick your legs out in front of you. So let's see. Would you rather visit a planet made of diamonds, do a squat, or visit a planet made of candy, do a kick? Ooh, Matthew said candy. Let's see what some of our friends are doing. Ooh, Maya's doing kicks. So she'd rather do candy too. That's kind of like the planet I made yesterday, right? The candy planet. Ooh, Amina's a diamond. So Amina might be doing the squats. Ooh, Asma said diamonds too, because she can collect some diamonds and then sell them for money. That's a good plan. Emery said diamonds too. Ooh, so we had like a good mix for that one. All right, let's go to our next one. This one says, would you rather meet an astronaut? If you'd rather meet an astronaut, we're doing those front leg kicks again, or meet an alien, we're doing the cross punches again. So would you rather meet an astronaut or an alien? Oh, Conley says, I want to meet some aliens. I see him doing the punches on camera. Asma says alien as well. Matthew says an astronaut, and so does Maya. Awesome. Some of our friends getting their movement in. Oh, Abira said aliens, unless they're not nice. Then we want to stay away from the aliens. Very cool. Lots of mixed answers on that one. Okay. Are we ready for the next one? Let's see what we got. Would you guys rather go to the moon for this one? We're almost doing like you got to bend your knee up and you're almost doing like a little skip motion in place. It's like a little hop while you bring your knee up. Would you rather go to the moon? Ooh, or go to Mars. For Mars, you got to bend over and try to balance and touch your toe. Ooh. So, would you rather go to the moon or go to Mars? I think I'd rather go to the moon. So, I'm going to do a little skip. And I see Conley's doing that too. Asma said moon too. Ooh, Emery said Mars. Maya said Mars too. Very cool. Awesome, awesome. Amina said Mars. Jovi said Mars. Why would you guys want to go to Mars? I'm curious. Do you just want to like see what it looks like? Let's see. I want to see what some friends type in the chat. Ooh, Emery said because we don't know that much about it. And if we went there, we'd be able to explore and learn more. That's a good point. Jovi said that's the next place we should go. Maya said, I don't know. I just wanted to do that stretch. Awesome. But you do want to explore it too. Very cool. All right, guys. Let's see what we got next here. Would you rather? This one's a little silly. Would you rather eat a cheeseburger in space? If you want to do a cheeseburger, we're doing that jump out, arms up motion. Or would you rather eat pizza in space? We're doing like the jump march motion for the eat pizza. I think I'd rather eat pizza in space just because I love pizza. So I'm going to do the skip arms up motion. But I see a lot of friends saying a cheeseburger. Conley agrees with me. He says pizza. Renji. Renji, did you say cheeseburger? Oh, Renji was doing both motions. I think I only saw you do the one. Awesome. So Renji wants to do both. That's a tough choice, right? If you like both are delicious. But yeah, I love me a good slice of pizza. So I might have to go with pizza on that one. All right, guys. Let's do our next one. My mouth's watering. I know. Hopefully everyone had breakfast. Hopefully we're not hungry. All right. Would you rather have the power of invisibility, so be able to just turn invisible. If so, do a lunge. So you're kind of taking one step forward and bending your knees, or be able to travel at the speed of light. We're going to do the punches. So bend your knees for the power of invisibility. Punch for travel at the speed of light. I think this one's tough to choose. I think I'm going to go with the punches, the travel at the speed of light, because then I'd be able to get places a lot faster. Ooh, Conley agrees with me. So does Esma. Jovi would pick invisibility. Matthew says speed of light too. I see Maya doing the squat, so she's thinking the power of invisibility. Yeah, that was a tough one. All right, you guys, let's see what we have next. Would you rather have the power to freeze time? If so, do a squat. So a little bend of the knees, almost like you're sitting in a chair, but there's not a chair there. Or have the power to travel through time. So if you'd rather have the power to travel through time, we're going to do a kick to the left, a kick to the right. So kind of like side kicks. I don't know. I know, Renji, you said both. I kind of agree. I'm stuck on this one. I have to think about this. Side kicks. Ooh, Conley's doing the side kicks though. So he wants to travel through time. Abira says she would freeze time so she could be up and ready to go for school on time. That's true, Miss Onjack. I would not be late to places if I could freeze time. What are our other friends thinking here? I think I might do the power to freeze time. So I'm going to do squats here. Traveling through time would be really cool, but I think I'd rather be able to freeze it. All right, you guys, let's see what we got next here. We're almost at the end. Would you rather high five an astronaut? So if so, do front kicks or be an astronaut. If you'd rather be an astronaut, do those lunges where you bend your knees and step forward. So would you rather high five an astronaut or be an astronaut? Matthew said be an astronaut. I love it. I see Maya doing the high kicks. Maya, you'd rather high five an astronaut? So would Emery. Conley, would you rather be an astronaut? So our friends who said high five an astronaut, we can high five our friends who would be an astronaut. I think I'd rather high five an astronaut. Like I said, space would be cool, but I don't know if it's meant for me. I don't know if I could do the space travel. Alrighty, you guys, and we are gonna pause right there. Beer, if you were an astronaut, you'd high five your crew members. Yeah, absolutely, right? They worked hard. Now, friends, for our brain break today, we are gonna do some yoga freeze dance, and you can see it's a little astronaut, so it is space themed, of course, for Space Week. I'm going to press play here, but friends, you do not have to participate in the video. If you would much rather go and get like a drink of water or a snack or use the restroom while it's playing, that's totally fine. Once this ends, we're going to all come back together and we're going to actually do a drawing activity today. We're going to get a chance to draw an astronaut. So we're going to watch a YouTube video that shows us step by step how we go about drawing an astronaut. And even if you're a friend who's like, oh, Miss Onjack, I can't draw. I'm not a good drawer. I feel like I personally am not a very good drawer, but these videos are awesome. It's a family that does them. They really do break it down step by step. And I've done a few of their videos, and even my pictures look pretty good. So if my pictures come out good, you guys will be golden. But while we do that, so on the break, if you want to grab a piece of paper and a pencil, you can. So that way you can participate in the drawing an astronaut activity. And if you have some crayons or markers you want to use, at the end, they do give us time to color in our astronauts. So you can grab those too.